Yo, what's up, body bags? Me and BDG Reviews switched days because I was up in New Jersey and I was flying back yesterday. So I took his day today. So I decided to review a movie called Body Melt, put out recently by Vinegar Syndrome. And this movie came out in 1993, and I think it's a Kiwi film or Australian film. And it's kind of like in the vein of like old Peter Jackson movies like Dead Alive or Bad Taste. It has that kind of gory Australian feel to it, like those really kind of goofy humor and stuff. But essentially, this company, I don't remember the name of the company, but they make this like health drink. It's like a powder supplement or whatever, and they want to set out these free trials to like this little city just to kind of see how it is. And they're kind of like human test patients. This small town they decide to send this powder to, and they slowly start basically melting, and there's like these like worm things in their body, and it basically just deteriorates your whole body, and hence the name Body Melt. And the town slowly basically starts getting out of control, and it's kind of a goofy movie, a little too goofy for my taste. Like there's like a overly long segment of this like really inbred redneck family, and the leader of this redneck family was like one of the founders of this powder or whatever, and he ended up experimenting on himself, and he's melting away and all that, and his family's melting away. And there's this also another family in this town. They go to the actual clinic to do further studies and trials, and it's just a really goofy movie. And there's actually one cool kill or not really a kill, but in the beginning, this dude who had been on the trial, he ends up going to this town to warn them that don't try all this diet supplement stuff because it'll kill you, basically. But it ends up being bad for him. But there's this cool scene where there's like this slit in his throat while he's driving, and these little like yellow worms start crawling out of it, and it's a really badass scene gore wise for that. There's some really cool gore towards the end too. But overall, I was a little disappointed with the movie, only because I was expecting like an all-out gore fest like Brain Dead was and Bad Taste and stuff. But it's actually pretty tame. Like there's that cool kill in the beginning that was really badass, and then there's some cool gore at the end. But the middle of it's like kind of boring to me, just because I'm not a big fan of comedy in my horror, and there was just a little too much comedy in it for me. But I was just expecting an all-out gross fest, and there just wasn't enough gore scenes for me to where I was disappointed. I mean, maybe another watch sometime in the future with my expectations more in check, I'd dig it more, but I just wasn't a huge fan of it the first time watching it. Just kind of disappointing. But I guess it's a cult classic, and it was filmed, it says Great Ozploitation filmed, but yeah, it's a black comedy. But as far as the transfer goes, though, if you are a fan of this film, the transfer looks stunning. Vinegar Syndrome did a really good job, as they always do. I haven't seen a Vinegar Syndrome title that looked bad yet. But I know Umbrella released this too on Blu-ray, and this is a different transfer than the Umbrella release. And I have to say, I haven't seen the Umbrella release, but I guarantee you this is the best transfer. It just looked pristine. And as far as special features go, it says newly scanned and restored in 2K from original negative. Commentary track with writers and producers. Commentary track with some actors. Melting away, the deconstruction of Body Melt. Brand new featurette and bodybuilding, the making of Body Melt. Another 2018 interview with one of the actors. Adrenal glands. 2018 interview with actor Neil Foley, making Body Melt. This is a vintage making of a Body Melt. Behind the scenes, extensive still gallery, storyboard gallery, theatrical trailer, reversible cover, and English subtitles. So it does have quite a bit of features. There's like 5 different makings of. But this is the reversible cover. I'm not a big fan of that cover there, but yeah, that's the reversible cover. But if you're a fan of this movie and you don't have a Blu-ray of it, or if you bought the Umbrella Blu-ray and you're a huge fan, I definitely recommend this Vinegar Syndrome one, just because the transfer is pristine. Someday I'll give this movie another rewatch, see if I end up digging it better. But like I said, I was disappointed with it first time watch, so I can't give it a full recommendation. So yeah, do with that info what you will. Anyways, that's Body Melt. See y'all next week. Peace.